I'm Camilla.
Hey, I'm Katie.
And welcome to You're Gonna Be Fine, the self-development podcast with a chatty twist.
Please know we are not professionals, just regular girls sharing from our own journeys to hopefully educate, motivate and inspire you on yours.
So if you are dealing with something serious, please speak to a professional because they are the experts, not us.
If you are enjoying the podcast, please rate, review, subscribe and share with someone who you think would enjoy it.
It helps us more than you know to reach more gorgeous people just like you.
With that being said, enjoy the episode and remember, whatever it is,
you're gonna be fine. Quick shout out to our very first podcast sponsor, Click Telecom. Woo! They're basically the fairy godmothers of Wi-Fi. Festivals, events, emergencies, you name it, they'll connect you anytime and anywhere in the UK. They've worked with Sheen Pop-Ups, Kendal Mountain Festival, the BBC, literally everyone.
We're putting our money where our mouth is because in January, we've got our very own event coming up and guess who's swooping in to save us? Click Telecom. They're setting us up with pop-up Wi-Fi so that everything runs smoothly. No stress, no panic, no running around with our phones in the air looking for signal. So if you're planning an event, a festival, a pop-up, big, small, bougie or backyard, and you want to actually stay connected, just speak to a geek for a quote at www.click-telecom.co.uk.
Hi guys, welcome back to your favourite podcast, You're Gonna Be Fine. Oh my goodness, today is basically aptly called a big fat catch-up because Katie and I have not seen each other in a month, which is crazy.
I don't think I've not seen you for a month since we met.
Yeah, I also would second that. I just want to catch up with you and we thought, well, Katie actually came up with the idea. She said, why don't we just catch up and let the listeners listen? Because that's what listeners do.
Because that's what a podcast is
But
for.
also, actually, on that note, we have had 800 new followers on the gram recently. So hello, new listeners, and welcome to the podcast. We're so happy to have you here.
Absolutely.
Hopefully Hopefully we will give you value and lols in abundance. So yeah, let's crack on with the oh fuck of the week. You said you've got loads, so pick your juiciest one.
Just so many like little things that I've done. I'll give you a couple. Yesterday I was stood at my car, opening the car, pulling the handle, yanking, not my car. This woman comes over to me and goes, excuse me, that's my car.
Oh my God, that's made worse by the involvement of a second party.
I thought the timing of that, of someone, the owner of that car to come over and say, excuse me, weirdo, that's my car.
Was it the same make of car at least?
Of course. Fucking hell.
Sorry.
It was the same make, model and colour. I'm not stupid. Well, I am stupid. But I was literally yanking it. I thought, oh God, she's going to like charge me for like damaging her stuff. But that was a little bit embarrassing. Also, I was having sex with James.
Oh my God, go on. Oh my God, you went from cars to sex real quick. I wasn't ready for that.
Bed. I nearly broke my neck. And it was literally, I literally went, ah!
Oh my God.
And he was like, ah! And then he was like, right, okay, enough now, back to work, come on.
Did you not ruin the mood? No,
just went straight back to it. But I literally, after, we were lying in bed and he was like, that was so fucking funny, by the way. So we were pissing ourselves. And then he was like, great, oh fuck of the week.
He always is the biggest supporter of the oh fucks of the week. I mean, he's saying it every 3 minutes, that's why.
I know.
He's like, Katie, oh fuck of the week.
Oh fuck of the week.
Having sex with you should come with a health warning, I swear.
Honestly. Yeah, I know, because I'm clumsy, so yeah. Anyway, and then just loads of, I've like left the rice on the pan, I was doing work and I saw this billowing smoke come up the stairs. I was like, what is that? Realised, left the pan on, it was just like black. Like it looked like ash in the pan. Honestly, so I could just reel off so many, but because we're filming, obviously we film in blocks. I just needed to squeeze in like 3 of them. Those are the more minor ones.
Yeah, but I love
I'll
those.
bring up some of the other ones in other episodes.
Great, I love those. Normally it's me that has loads of them, but I actually just have the right amount at the moment. So mine is related to my America trip, my road trip.
Yeah.
I was in my camper van era, which was amazing, you know. So I've not seen you to actually fill you in on the trip at all.
How are you with the germs?
Well, I actually messaged you, didn't I? Because just a quick note on this, guys, I am actually going to speak about it at some point because I've been researching it quite a lot. I basically have, and like, I always joke about it and like, it is like, I see the funny side in it, but it is a form of OCD, my germ phobia, which I was talking to my mum about it last night, actually, and I said, I really hate that, like, it makes me sometimes come across snobby because I'm like hand sanitizing, like everything and like wiping my phone. And I'm like, it's not because I'm like snobby. It's because I've got OCD and a problem, guys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not well.
Yeah, I remember because I posted on my story years ago. This was when Sam was like lurking in my story views. And I posted a video of me wiping down Norris with a disinfectant wipe because loads of strangers had touched him. And he was like, I remember looking at it and thinking, God, what a snob. I was like, no, I have issues.
Yeah.
You know, it
really can dominate your thoughts.
Oh my God, it was all I was thinking about. It's really bad in airports. It's really accentuated there. And basically I just did a wipe down of the whole camper van because although they'd cleaned it, I needed it to feel like my space. So I feel like it was a good exercise of exposure therapy. I was just thrown in at the deep end. You know, I had very many sets of wipes, sanitizers. My hands are like fucking chicken feet. They're that dry.
You were just anti-backing out when you walked in.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I just
See, that's actually crazy. That was subconscious. So again, like it is starting to become more of a problem than it used to be because it takes up a lot of my headspace. And I also find myself like saying to Sam, like, please, I don't want to like touch his hands and stuff like that.
And stuff. Yeah.
So I managed to control it.
Good.
I gave myself like a little bit of a grace period once I landed and like gave myself a day just to like get my shit together. And then I was like, right, come on. Just made sure that I had like 2 showers a day, like all of those things. Whilst in a camper van, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But it was an insane trip and just one for the memory books. I don't want to plan anything for a long time though, because we did 8 places in 10 days.
Wow. You are the queen of an itinerary.
I am. But
I messaged you, didn't I? I was like, by the way, I'm just following on your story and the itinerary is itinerarying.
Yeah.
Like you look like you are being slick. I was like, this has to be you, right? Not Sam. Respectfully. I was like, this has to be you. You're like, oh no, yeah. It's definitely me.
He was doing the blue jobs though, which I was pleased of. The driving, the parking, the sewage, emptying the sewage tank,
Lord.
like all that. And I was like, you know what?
Terrible for a germaphobe.
I know. And that's why I was like, honey, we need to be talking about using hand sanitizer right now.
Yes.
So it was amazing. But the first night we were obviously super jet lagged, absolutely exhausted. Like it was our first time like doing the camper van experience. We didn't really like know about campsites, any of those things. So we arrived at our first campsite in Malibu and this was going to be our first like proper night's sleep. I was absolutely exhausted. We get to the campsite, it's dark. The guy gives me a map. He says, it's number 17. So I was like, cool, right, okay. So we drive to number 17 in the dark in this massive eyesore of a camper. It was not a cute thing. It was hideous. Anyway, Sam like backs it in, amazing. Like he's doing a great job. He's like, God, and he'd booked the campsite to be fair to him. And he was like, God, he was like, I know how to book them because we were right like by the ocean. It was lovely. And I thought, oh wow, like he's put his hands in his pocket a bit and you know, bought us an ocean spot. So I was like buzzing. Anyway, it's like 9 p.m. We fall asleep because we're exhausted. Anyway, 1 a.m. in the morning, get a knock on the camper van. Honestly, knocking. I thought, that can't be us. Like, I'll ignore it. I can't fucking see, can I? Because I'm blind as a bat.
Yes.
Didn't know where my glasses were because I was all discombobulated. Anyway, go back to sleep. 10 minutes later, hello, this is the manager of the Malibu Surf Post. Hello. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, Sam, someone's knocking on the door. He was like, no, they're not. I said, yes, they are. He's like, hello there, sir. Is that Sam Jackson? This is the Malibu Outpost manager. You have not paid to be in this spot. This is an ocean view spot. The people that have paid for this spot have arrived. It's 1 a.m. There's this massive monster truck waiting to go in our spot because it's their spot. And I should have fucking known that the ocean view spot wasn't ours. Anyway, they made a massive thing about like shouting out on this megaphone to the whole campsite. Like, you haven't paid for the ocean view. You paid for a no view spot. I was like, you don't have to reinforce the fact that we're tight as cramp. So literally, Sam gets down, the funniest thing, he goes, bear in mind, we've been in America for like 12 hours. He goes, sorry, dog. It's our first time doing this. And I was like, number one, when have you ever called anyone dog? And it was like D-A-W-G.
Yeah.
Dog, sorry, dog. And I was like, dog? I was like, I couldn't laptop replaying it. I was like, what? Anyway, he escorted us in this little golf buggy up to the fucking gods where the view was of a concrete wall. And I was like, oh, how the mighty have fallen. And I shit you not, all my street cred just went out the window. Bear in mind, we had to drive past the people that were pulling up in their ocean spot. Imagine getting there and being like, who are these fuckers in the ugly camper van in our ocean spot? Sorry, dog. It's our first time doing this. Stop saying that. I can't. So honestly, I was pissing myself.
There's so much I need to
unpack.
break down.
Yeah, I know.
Dog?
It was sorry, dog. And I was like, dog? Like, what on earth are you talking about?
Why are they shouting on the megaphone, you're broke?
Yeah, I know. You
what-
haven't paid for an ocean view. You paid for no view. I was like, right, okay.
We get it.
We get
dog.
it. Yeah, dog. Yeah. Honestly. And then we woke up and I was like, wow, that is a lovely concrete wall. It was so funny, Katie. I couldn't stop laughing for days. I couldn't stop laughing. It was the giggle that we needed.
Oh my God.
For the whole holiday. Whenever I'd be like, bit stressed about I'd just start giggling because I'd just hear, sorry, dog. It's our first time doing this. And I was like, who are you?
So
it was
funny.
so funny.
Do you know what? That's a real thing though. Like whenever we go to America or Australia, my mum, I mean, the wheels of the plane have hardly hit the tarmac before she's saying good day. Like, I swear to God, we go to Australia and she'll be like, what do they say all the time? Obviously, good
shrimp
day.
on the Barbie.
Shrimp.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think she goes that far. She doesn't say throw a shrimp on the bar. Sorry. Just imagining my mum throwing a shrimp on the bar. But she'll just, you know what, Australians, their accent, they go up at the end of every word.
Do.
Their intonation goes up. So that's what she does. As soon as we land, she's like, every word, she'll be like, da-da-da-da.
Is a question.
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mum, we're still in the
just got
airport,
there,
love.
yeah.
We're literally, they've not even checked
She
your
lives it,
passport
she
yet.
breathes it, she becomes it.
When we went to America, she's like on the sidewalk.
Yeah, trash.
She's taking the trash
Yeah.
out. She's going to the movies.
Yeah, I'm very
She's
impressionable.
eating candy.
Candy.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
a real thing. That's
but
a
it really, I
universal
saw
experience.
it happen to him.
Oh
and it
my
was
God, that's
so
the best story.
funny.
Have you got any other O-fucks of the week? Like, that's a pretty good O-fuck of the week. But
That is the no-fuck. That
we
is
still
my
in the
O-fuck
section.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I know.
God.
But it is just a catch-up, isn't it?
Yes,
so
true.
that is part of the catch-up.
Okay. Have you got any other O-fucks though from the LA trip? Or was that the biggest?
Yes, I
up?
have, but I'm saving them for another episode because they're actually.
Oh, so
I
you can
didn't
spread them
fuck
out.
up that many times, so going to spread them out. But it was just unbelievable. And what was so funny is that I think Sam, like, before we went away, like, my dad said to Sam, like, just, like, Americans will try and, like, take advantage a little bit. Like, they stand on business, basically. You need to, like, hold your own, basically. And I joked to Sam, I was like, wow. I was like, you wanted the ocean spot. You fucking went for the ocean spot. You took his advice and ran with it. I was like, wow, you really did listen. And he was like, yeah, that is so funny.
That's so funny because we're going to LA in a few weeks
yeah.
because we've got a business thing in Vegas. So we thought, well, we'll drive to LA and do both. And I was looking at hotels yesterday and I rang my mum because they did the same thing, hired a camper van and they did Coachella, my mum and dad, a few years ago, and drove around in this camper van. So my mum I was asking her really about where's the best spot kind of thing. And she was like, oh, Santa Monica for your hotel because it's on the beach and whatnot. And she was like, this amazing hotel called blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the name now. And I was like, oh, right. She's like, oh, gorgeous, beautiful, like really gassing it up. And I was like, oh, right, how long did you stay there? She went, oh, no, we didn't stay there. We were parked on the road in the camper van opposite. It's just, I saw it and it looked gorgeous.
We saw it. We were like,
oh.
I want to stay there. Yeah, I love that. But that's the beauty, like, home is where you park it. Like, literally. But I was like, we were going around in this massive beast and, like, we were just going for coffee and then having to park this massive van. Like, it was honestly, like, something from just a funny sitcom.
So good, though, because that's the experience, isn't it? That's the whole point, is that you have funny stories and it's not all bougie, but those are the things that you'll remember forever. Like when you're a kid, the best holidays you remember is when you go camping or like the stuff that's a bit more
simple,
but a bit more messy.
Oh God, yeah. Like I feel like I need an all-inclusive inclusive to get over the like. I feel like it was like a PGL trip. Like we were just like activity. Like it was just so full on, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
But jet lag does have me in a chokehold. Like I was up till 4 a.m. last night, like literally. But what was quite good was I was productive. I was like researching stuff for the pod, which is good. But I've got a High Rocks on Friday, which I'm like, that's like really bad.
You managed to get a Barry's in though, didn't you?
I managed to get a Barry's. But disclaimer, this might be controversial, but I feel like the Barry's in America, despite it being the OG, where Barry's boot camp, by the way, if you don't know what Barry's is, it's like a group fitness class that's so humbling. The Manchester one is ridiculous. We had Bianca Brooks on, who's an amazing Barry's trainer, so go back and listen to that episode because it was fab. But they're not as hard as in the UK, in Manchester. Like,
really?
Yeah, the San Diego one, I didn't even really sweat.
What?
And I thought, and it was not because my fitness is good, because I've not done anything for ages. And I've just been
so weird,
yeah, it wasn't
normally
really.
You literally want to be sick after a Barry's class.
Yeah,
it's so intense.
No, I felt like I was like, whoa, I'm an athlete. And she was, but she was actually calling me an athlete. She was like, go Camilla. She was like, you're an athlete. And I was like, oh my God. Like the way Americans say my name, I love Americans. I love the accent. But one thing I don't love is how they say my name. It's really giving me name it. Camilla. Like it's giving me name it.
They don't call me Katie. They call me Katie.
Katie, honey.
Yeah.
Camilla.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I love everything you say, but please don't say that. This is one of the instances where I'd actually not mind being called Cam, because you can't butcher Cam. Cam! Maybe you can.
Actually, maybe
yeah,
you can.
Sorry, guys.
That hurt. Yeah.
Sorry, it'll hurt more for the listeners because it's going to be blaring out. But yeah, what are the updates other than, obviously, well, have you updated me on anything other than the fact that you're clumsy and you're a health risk when it comes to the boudoir?
No, updates from me, and I was trying to think, obviously you've been in holiday mode, so I feel like yours are all fun ones. Mine are more professional ones.
Love it. Why not?
In that I've changed my job, haven't I?
Yes,
that's a big announcement.
That's exciting.
Well, well, obviously I've added to my plethora of avenues, I would say.
Wow, that was a good sentence.
In that, obviously, I was doing Your Sober Glow at the start of the year, closed that down, and then I was just continuing with my live coaching and the pod. But it didn't really solve my main concern and feeling around just feeling so lonely at work. Because doing the life coaching, it is all virtual, it's all online, and I'm working from home. So it's exactly the same as my pains with Your Sober Glow.
Yeah.
So I have decided to take a role as franchise recruitment director for the Transform Hub franchise.
Love
Woohoo!
it. I am so pleased. We've actually got an episode coming up about change.
Yes.
So that's going to be really good for talking about something that's actually fresh in your life.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Transform Hub franchise is James's business. So James being my boyfriend. And we are the fastest growing fitness franchise in the UK.
I feel like we should charge him for this because this is actually a sponsor, is it not?
Sponsor.
James, I'm sending you the invoice.
Yeah. So I am the franchise recruitment director, which basically means I head up all of the recruitment for HQ, franchise sites, and recruiting new franchises.
Yeah,
so franchise
love
sales,
it.
essentially.
Great.
So it's really good. I'm so happy,
Good.
It's really, really solved that kind of the connection thing. I was really struggled with that. Yeah, it really was making me feel like low-key depressed. So I'm just so happy to like be in the office, be around really like-minded people. Everyone that works there, obviously it's fitness, so everyone's really into developing themselves. They're really high energy. Like it's just great. And obviously it's a sales role, which is my background.
Yeah.
And it's actually great working with James.
Yeah, I was going to say, because this is actually something that I think listeners will be so intrigued about, because we also had Vicky Owens on the podcast who worked with her boyfriend. Yeah. He was her PA, she admitted, which is so interesting. So obviously we did that poll, like, could you work with your partner? And I feel like most people voted no. So yeah, that's so good that you're like finding a good dynamic and it really just works because you're both just building like, you know, this giant together, which is nice.
Yeah, it's so nice because obviously because basically what happened was from the very start of me and James's relationship, I've always done ad hoc recruitment for him because obviously that is my skill set. And rather than him paying agency or do it himself, he just paid me a fee, which was great. So I was actually recruiting for this job. And as I was speaking to candidates, I was like, I could so do this job.
I remember you saying that to me. You literally, I swear you actually said it to me before you said it to James, because you were like, I'm going to actually put myself forward for this role. And I was like, go, honey. You were like, I've just been reading through, and you were like, I'm the perfect candidate.
Yeah, I was like, better than all of you at this. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, you're all shit. No, I'm kidding. No, some of them were all right, but I was still better.
Yeah.
So I just thought, well, so
Back
James comes home from work one night, and he's like, how was your day? And I was like, amazing. I found the dream candidate for you, and they can start immediately.
Great.
He was like hanging off like everywhere.
Yeah.
He was like, who? And I was like, me.
It's me. Surprise.
What? He was like, what?
Yeah.
Surprise!
Yeah, I love that.
So he obviously thought about it, and he basically said, which is totally fair. Like, I knew he would obviously need to think about that.
Yeah.
Because he basically said, you know, at the end of the day, our relationship comes first.
Love that.
He was like, I would love to have your skill set and your experience and your energy in the business, but if it starts to affect our relationship, we just have that frank conversation. And our communication is really good anyway, so I wasn't like afraid to sort of if it got to that point, we would obviously say. So I took it, and literally it's been absolutely great. It's been honestly so perfect. So with everything now, I still have my life coaching clients.
Yeah.
Still, obviously, pod.
Yeah.
And then my actual like full-time corporate job, which is just great.
This is the thing though, like multiple streams of income. We talk about it all the time. Like obviously for me, like I do like my speaking, presenting, my consultancy clients, the podcast. And it's like, why not just, if you're passionate and you want to get that connection, like I had been struggling obviously recently because after my granddad died, I felt like really homesick, didn't I? And I was like craving that kind of connection as well. So that's something I'm working on, because it's so weird, because I'm actually used to working on my own and I thrive in it. But recently I have been like obviously joking to you and like my mum, like, when are you picking me up from this sleepover? The sleepover being my life and the living with my boyfriend of nearly 3 years. So, but I was like, oh, like I'm just feeling a bit homesick, and I'm 30. So just a little reminder there, guys. It's fine to feel homesick at 30. Let's normalize all of these feelings. Like you say, no such thing as a negative emotion.
Exactly.
So I was telling myself that, because I was like, you know, when things like this happen, you're kind of confronted with these emotions. But yeah, I absolutely love that you're thriving in the work role.
Perfect.
And yeah, it's
honestly, and I just feel like as well, I've learned so much about myself in the last year of being self-employed that I did a post on LinkedIn actually announcing my going back to work type thing.
Replied obviously with I said I don't have the capacity for like clever responses on LinkedIn because it gets the dregs of me. So I often just comment like sparkly heart emojis, which isn't really
though. Comment's a comment.
It's not really the platform for sparkly hearts, but
love
still, I saw that.
And my opening line of the post was, being self-employed taught me I prefer being employed.
Yes, that was a great opening line.
Because it really did. Like, as much as I learned so much being self-employed, and it was a great experience, I've just learned that I actually get so much more from my life working towards a common goal with someone else. Like, even the pod, there is no world where I would prefer to do this without you.
No.
Like, I love that energy and connection with other people and working towards the same thing. So when it's, you know, my best friend or my boyfriend, like I'm so blessed that both of those avenues of my career are with someone that I obviously love to spend time with. And also James and you are so inspiring and such a great motivator and energy. We're very aligned. Yeah. So it just really makes sense.
And it works.
It just works.
Yeah. So that's actually a really good thing to say to the guys listening to this, that obviously self-employed life is so glamorized, but it's not for everyone. And Katie's being so honest there and saying she tried it, wasn't for her, like, and now she's pivoted and gone into something else, and that is completely normal, and that is smart, so smart.
And I feel like that's a good place to end the big fat catch up. What a gorgeous I nearly said
gorgeous what?
I nearly said
corn.
I nearly said a gorgeous piece of conversation.
Remember when you said there's two sides to that corn, and we were like, what? Honestly.
Sorry, I just feel a bit rusty.
Because we've not recorded in fucking ages.
Not recorded for ages. Anyway, this was a gorgeous piece of conversation. If we do say so ourselves. You called me humble a few episodes ago. Not anymore. Yeah. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this episode, guys. If you have, please make sure you rate, review, like, subscribe, chuck us a comment, and we will see you in our next one. Love you. Bye.